I'm Mika Osborne, and I'm here today to talk to you about human trafficking. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about human trafficking coming to light, especially with the Jeffrey Epstein arrest and suicide, the infamous hashtag Save Our Children, and the infamous hashtag Boycott Netflix due to the movie Cuties allegedly sexually exploiting young girls. As a mother and a nursing major, the idea of these children being sexually exploited, trafficked, and abused makes me extremely upset and angry. In my studies, I have found that this is a billion-dollar industry, how to recognize signs of human trafficking and how to stop it. In order for us to put an end to human trafficking, we have to explore three topics, which are how traffickers pick their victims, how to recognize signs of human trafficking, and how to put an end to human trafficking. Human traffickers will often target children. They're much easier to groom, and there's not a lot of coercion that goes involved to get these children to run off with them. They will often start to stalk schoolyards, playgrounds, malls, social media, and for the older teens who are 13 to 17 years old, they will often pose as a friend or an acquaintance and promise these girls things such as modeling careers, acting careers, other careers where they can make money quickly, or promise them lavish gifts and lifestyles. They will often target children who are foster children. It's much easier for these children to slip through the cracks, and a lot of the time nobody notices they go missing, and if they do, they are usually assumed to be a runaway. They will target runaways and children with dysfunctional home lives because these children are already mentally, physically, and emotionally broken down. So there's not a lot of grooming that goes into the effects with it. Ways that we can stop human trafficking would be to pay attention to our children. These children will display signs of drug abuse or physical abuse and trauma from that. They will have poor school performance, poor school attendance. They will be moody, they will lash out, they will be withdrawn. They will also more than likely have random numbers of trips to unexplained cities for unknown reasons, and when questioned, the children will have either a coached answer or an answer that makes absolutely no logical sense. The other indicator would be for an older teen to have a much older significant other, such as a 15-year-old with a 20 or 30-year-old man. These men usually promise them gifts and a wonderful lifestyle, tell them they love them, show them love and affection, and then groom these girls and turn around and traffic them out to other men. Ways that we can stop human trafficking would be to advocate for these victims, write or call your local or national leaders, and encourage them to give harsher sentences to traffickers, encourage them to make therapy and drug therapy available to victims. Victims are usually turning to drugs due to ways to cope with their trauma that they dealt with while being trafficked, and traffickers will often get victims hooked on drugs to keep them from escaping, and if they do escape, they are more likely to come right back into it. We can also organize marches and handouts to educate the public on ways to recognize it and ways to put an end to it. Also, another good way would be to stay active in your children's lives. Ask who their friends are, ask where they're going, what they're doing, who they're hanging out with. Speak to the parents, just really stay involved. Educate your children on stranger danger and educate your children on speaking up when they are being abused or when another person that they know is being abused. The last way we can put an end to it would be to report it to our tip line. We always need to report suspected trafficking to the tip line. There's thousands of them. All you have to do is do a quick Google search. There's even a federal tip line, and you can remain anonymous when giving these calls. So in conclusion, I hope that you all are more and better informed on ways to recognize human trafficking and how to put an end to it. Stay active, advocate for these victims, educate your children on ways to speak up when they are being abused or when they know someone who's being abused, educate them on stranger danger, and educate them on ways of knowing how to recognize a predator when they see one. This is no longer a threat to just a third world country. This is here in the United States. And our children are possible victims and targets of this, and they are counting on us to recognize that and to keep them safe. Thank you.
Falcon